The Frames Per Second podcast.
What's going on? It's your boy Nick. I'm here with Kenneth Bienge.
What up?
Mike Seatown.
Yo.
And Modest Media.
What's up, bro?
What's going on? You're now tuning into the Frames Per Second podcast. And in this episode, we are continuing on with our weekly recaps of the new HBO original series coming from the DC universe titled The Penguin. With this recap dedicated episode 2 titled Inside Man. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. Overall thoughts on the second episode of this miniseries. I'll start with you, Rod.
Yeah, man, I think it's a good series, man. It's definitely like compelling. I think what's his name? That's playing the Penguin.
Oh, Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell's doing an excellent job. Like I forget that it's him every time. Like every time I forget, man. And he is the Penguin. Like that is so crazy. Like I just don't see him. I think he's a mafia boss. Like I don't. I think he's Tony Soprano or somebody. Like I don't see Colin Farrell, and that's amazing that it's that way. But nah, man, I like what they're doing with the story. I like that they're moving it along. I like what they're doing with the Sophia character. But no, overall, man, I think it's still a solid show. I'm still not quite sold on Vic yet, but I still think it's a solid show overall.
Gotcha. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I love it. They have not fucked up yet. It's just getting better. So, how many is this? 6 episodes? Is that right?
I think
I thought it was more than that.
Yeah, I think it's more than that.
It's 8. It's 8.
Okay, well, 8. That's still not bad. So if they can keep this up for 8, man, they really have something really cool on their hands. So yeah, I'm really digging it.
What about you, Ken?
Yeah. I enjoyed this episode. I thought it was good and a nice progression in the story. So yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm with y'all on this, especially how this episode ended. I really enjoyed this. So glad we all on the same page. So let's just get into it. We start off this episode with what seems to be like a flashback mixed within like a dream sequence from Sophia's Falcone mind, as we get a glimpse of what her experience and life was like in Arkham Asylum. But then things change quickly after that to where we end up in, I think it's like an intense ass therapy session. But I wanted to get y'all thoughts because I didn't know what the hell was going on to start off this episode. I'll start with you, Ken.
Yeah, I didn't know. Well, after a while, I picked up that it was a flashback, but and I'm actually really curious to know her background now more than ever, Hangman, and what the hell was she out there doing? Because she cuckoo, bro. And it seemed like it's well known among a lot of people. So she must have done something or really twisted or whatever. Something's off. The elevator don't go all the way to the top. So I liked it. I liked that they didn't wait and gave us a hint of her background, and hopefully we'll continue to get more. But yeah, she's definitely not all the way there, especially when she woke up and shit like that and having all these damn therapy sessions. She gonna kill that therapist.
What you think about that the opening scene, Mike, with Sophia?
Yeah, I thought it was cool because I've been waiting for them to actually show how she was in Arkham. I thought the way that they filmed that whole scene with the guy. Oh no, that was later. So wait, no, that was at the beginning, right? Where the hand comes out of the shadow and shoots the brother.
That's the beginning.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really, really dope because it's like she can't see who it is, but she knows somebody murdered him. I've never heard of that red light therapy, whatever the fuck that is that they were doing with the dude from Sons of Anarchy, but Yeah, I like that whole scene. I mean, I like how they're slowly revealing these weird things that are happening, and I don't feel like they need to rush it. Like, I want to know what's going on with her and the therapist, but I'm cool with them not rushing it. I want to know what was happening with her in Arkham, but I don't need them to rush it. I want to see what the hell she did to land in jail, because I need to go back and rewatch Batman, but I don't remember her being in it. I'm actually gonna rewatch it after we're done here. But yeah, man, I just like how they keep revealing these things that we're like, what the hell is happening here? This is interesting. Like, I want to know more or whatever.
You feel the same way, Rod?
Yeah, I thought it was a dope sequence because, like Ken said, it was just, or I think you said it actually. It was like a dream sequence slash, uh, um, or back like a past something that happened in the past or whatever, or like a flashback or whatever. So I thought that was a cool thing. Um, and yeah, like it seemed like he was using some sort of machine, like how people put you, like hypnotize you basically, with the swirly lines and shit. But it makes sense for something like that to be in Gotham, as far as like a therapy session goes. So I don't know what that's supposed to do or reveal or whatnot. So that, like Mike said, I like how they kind of just slowly peeling back little things that make you kind of curious. Because they did some other stuff later on that makes you curious about, okay, what the hell is going on with her. But nah, yeah, man, she give me like Harley Quinn vibes or whatever. So is she ever revealed in the DC world, the Sophia character, or she's like new to everybody?
I feel like there is a Hangman in
Mm-hmm.
DC
Mhm.
Comics,
It's her.
but I can't remember. I don't know the gender. What'd you say, Mike?
It's her.
Okay,
She
Mm-hmm.
just
okay,
it don't look like her.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Yeah. So she's a very interesting character. I think we said that last time, and the lady that's playing her is playing the hell out of her.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if they was like, is she fucking her therapist? Are they more intimate than just that session? Because like he was holding on to her like a little bit too long or too close,
Mm-hmm.
but she was. For me, it was just like her being kind of cool with that to a certain degree because she didn't really fight him off or anything. It seemed like they have like a history together. So I'm like you said, Mike, I'm interested in knowing it, but I didn't really give a fuck about it right then and there because I know we got other shit to kind of get to. But
She tried to fight
You
him
know.
off. It seemed like he liked it. Like it seemed
Mm-hmm.
like she hit him. She's like, "You better just stop." And he was trying to hold her even tighter.
You
I
know I
think
like it. You know I like it
he
rough,
liked getting
girl.
hit. Yeah, that's what it seems like.
it felt like that scene where what was it like Goodwill Hunting is not your fault type of shit where it's like you try to hold on to somebody and try to calm them down. Oh, you never seen that movie, Mike?
Spike's not here, man.
Oh,
No,
I
Goodwill
have,
Hunting is good.
yeah, I haven't
Wait,
either.
Oh,
Goodwill Hunting's with Matt
Robin
Damon, right?
Williams. Yeah, Matt Damon, Robin
Yeah,
Williams.
it's a good movie, Mike.
I believe you. There's no reason for me to watch it, and I know
Oh
Ken ain't
no, it's
seen it.
not.
So
It's not like what you think. Like it's a good movie. It's
I
legit.
believe you.
Yeah, it's legit.
It doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look like something I would want to watch.
Huh. I think you'll like it, but okay.
He's
Yeah,
like a
not
janitor or something, right? And
kind
he's
of.
real smart.
Yeah,
I
kind
Yeah,
want
of.
to
he's
see
like
no
real.
smart white janitor. I just don't care about seeing that. You
That
know?
ain't all. That ain't all what it is, Mike. But you
Oh,
got some of the gist of it.
I'll check
But
it out.
I just find their relationship very interesting. He sounded like he was saying the cliche thing you say at the club, the strip club, for those Atlanta people. Like he was like, I can save you. You know what I'm saying? You safe here with me. she was like, I ain't safe, nigga. I'm just home. Which I thought was
Yeah,
a
right.
dope
That was
line.
crazy.
Yeah.
That was
I
Yeah.
like
crazy.
that
But yeah,
line.
he was like a guard in her in that sequence, right? Wasn't he like a guard?
Yeah. Mhm.
He was a doctor. He had like a doctor's thing on, wasn't
Oh,
he?
he was like a doctor
Yeah,
in
okay.
there. I thought he was a
I thought
guard.
maybe I missed it. I
I
thought he
couldn't
was a
tell.
Yes,
doctor.
It would
I
make
thought he
sense if
was
he's
a
a doctor
guard
though.
because she let him in the room to talk to her brother, to her brother. So I thought it was a guard that was letting him inside the room, not a doctor.
Okay, you might be right. I don't remember it, but
Mhm.
Or
yeah.
maybe she's just in that kind of mindset, like conflating the two. Like it could be like you know what I'm saying? Like her mind is going
Mhm.
in different places. So she may be comfortable with him allowing her to get into that space of her mind to be that
Mhm.
vulnerable. Um, but yeah, we'll get. I'm sure we'll get more on that later, because then we cut to seeing Penguin go visit Sal Maroni again in Blackgate Prison, But this time, Maroney has his wife, and I believe it's his son with him in the visitation room. Ken, what did you think about this scene and this conversation that went down?
Between Maroney. It really showed that he's a boss, but with all those people in there, because he walked in, it was like I didn't expect all this. But I liked it, man. I think it established him as a powerful figure, even if he is behind jail. He's not in jail, but I liked the way that Oz kind of held his own too, and was really selling the plan that he had and saying, yeah, you may say all that, but you walking around with that ring on your finger. So you trying to have it both ways. Which one, so, but no, I thought it was dope. I thought it was dope.
Yeah, I just think he does a good. Nah, I thought it was a good scene too, especially. Well, her voice was crazy. The white, I was like, God damn, why her voice like that? Too many cigarettes, too many. But but nah, man. And just staying on her, like you can see that she underestimates Oz. You know what I'm saying? So he does a great job of, like you said, making himself smaller or whatnot, and making him seems like just a servant or whatnot. Not the whole time knowing that he has bigger plans in mind. So I thought, yeah, he did a good job at selling that point, and still just kind of holding his own at the same time.
Yeah, Mike, I didn't know if you had any thoughts about Maroney's wife, because she was a standout to me in this scene, like early in this scene.
Yeah, something about her, man. I don't know what it is. Something about her. She's sexy for an old whatever.
Is that voice? Is that voice?
I'm like, oh, ooh, command me. But nah, I've seen her in a couple things, and she's always like really, really good. I feel bad because I don't remember her name, but I've seen her in a few movies, and there's just something about her when she's on screen. It's like you believe her. Like she can't play like a meek person. Like she commands shit. But I did really like that scene because like I feel like she doesn't trust him, and she knows that he's up to some bullshit. And I think that she runs shit maybe just as much as what's the buddy's name? The white guy. Maroney. Like I think she has a really, really, really strong presence in the business, because she was basically telling him like, nah, chill out, let's see what he's up to. But she was talking to him in that other language, in Farsi or whatever.
Because that's her mob. Like that's not even his mob. That was her family, like mob family in there.
Is that what they said?
I don't know if they said that or not, but I saw that.
Ooh.
No, I'm not.
Ooh.
I'm not. I saw. yeah. But I think that's why she kind of runs it, like, because that's her goons or whatever.
I was taking it more as like, since he's inside, she runs it outside. Like they sharing resources, because he can't really do things on the outside like she can. But to Mike's point, I think she is, as like, he goes to her for counsel clearly, because he looked over to her and was trying to figure out what's going on. I figure I like her mentality, because it reminds me of Sophia's. Is like, they look at Oz as like, don't underestimate him. However, he is very useful in the present time. Like he can get us to get shit going on, but at the end of the day, we got to look out for this motherfucker. But like Mike says, I think the reason why you may find her attractive though is because she got that post-sex cigarette voice. That's what she probably go into. But
yeah, she does. She always sounds like she just got done fucking.
She was in 24, Mike.
Oh, she was somebody's wife, like one of the politicians' wives or something.
Yeah, something like that.
A terrorist, knowing how.
I think she was a terrorist.
Yeah, never mind. 24 is fucked up, man. That's some racist ass shit.
I'll confirm, but yeah.
What I did like about this scene though, as he's detailing the plan to Maroney, we're seeing it happen in real time, as far as like how he's talking and like, I'm gonna go do this with the truck. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be behind this car. Make sure you don't fuck with this car, because that's the one I'm gonna be in. And we see it happening as, like, obviously after his conversation with Maroney, but obviously plans don't go as well as he comes up with in this in this series so far, and we see that Johnny Vitti, the underboss to the Falcone family now, changes things up on him last minute. Mike, what did you think about how everything played out with the plan once we get to like the trucks and having to do that drop off?
I like this whole shit. I like that. So it keeps showing that Penguin is really good at like, changing the plan up last minute because he's not a good planner. Like I really don't think Penguin's that like he's not very. I don't think I want to call him not very smart, but it just seems like none of his plans work. Like he comes up with a plan and the plan just fucking falls apart every time. But what he's good at is changing the plan last minute. So when they threw that monkey wrench and that other dude was like Beatty, is that his name?
Vitti.
No, is that his name? Vitti? Oh,
yeah,
he pronounces it weird. I thought his name was Beanie. Okay, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
That guy when he was like, "Nah, you in the other truck, get in," and he was like, "Oh shit."
He said it's your operation, right?
Huh?
He said it's your operation, right?
Yeah, but I was like, if it's my operation, why are you over here telling me why can't I be in the other car? So I didn't quite understand that part. It didn't make it bad or anything, but just the whole way that car shit played out was so good. So good.
What about you, Rod?
No, yeah, it was a really good scene. Like the whole way it played out, the chase, because you anticipate it, right? Because just like they did last episode when they had Sophie like come in from, it was blurry at first and then she got into focus and then she was there. Same thing kind of happened here when you see a car turn the corner. It's like, oh shit, the shit about to go down. So I thought that I like how they kind of build up the anticipation because you also see him like looking in the rearview mirror when it's about to pull up. So it's about to go down and finally goes down. And I like how, like Mike said, he thinks on the fly, or whatnot, on the situation. So dude told a joke and he told a joke right after he got himself in position to not be shot. So yeah, man, he's very quick. Like obviously the way he walks is crazy, but he's quick on his feet when it comes to planning. Hey, but he be moving with that limp too, though. He be moving.
He can, because we gonna get to that one scene when he was talking to Sophia when he was trying to catch up. He was like, "Man, what you running around?"
That shit cracked me up. Bro.
That shit killed me.
But nah, yeah, I like the scene though, man. It was dope, and I also like how he had the foresight to keep one of the guys alive. Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, man, they ain't gonna look right if you come back the only one alive. Like they gonna think something up with that. So the fact that he was still able to pull what's the other guy's name?
It was like
Castillo,
something like that. Yeah. So the fact that he brought him back was dope.
Yeah, Ken, because like with Mike's point, like his plan A's are shitball, but he come up with a mean ass plan C that brings it all together. What did you think about this the car chase?
It was when he was so fucking scared of shit because he was in the front seat trying to figure out how the hell he gonna get out of this shit. So yeah, his ability to call audibles like that or ad lib is actually pretty dope because I'd be wondering how the hell he gonna get out of it. I don't even think he actually know. So yeah, that whole thing was really dope in what he did and taking the opportunity, as Rob mentioned, to take that joke and to go back and tell another joke. So I thought that was dope. But was I the only one that laughed at that joke? Y'all heard that one before?
The bagel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you the only one.
Yeah.
Man, that's I had to chuckle on that one.
He's like the bread. He's like, yo, we fucking get it.
He said, "Thanks for the explanation."
That shit was so stupid. It was funny to me.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I was. I don't know. I love how this show. It kind of sets up certain people to get killed before you even realize they're about to. Because he made a point I feel like even when he was detailing his plan to Maroni, that he talked to. Remember, he went up to Castilli, whatever the dude name. I just know him as dude from Power,
Mm-hmm.
from Go. He went up to him and said, "Hey, we still good, you know." I'm like, we ain't got no hard feelings, right? Because he tried to kill him last episode, and he was like, "Yeah, whatever, Oz." And then we see kind of him be played out for the rest of this episode, and it was just interesting, like how they set him up. So I like how they do things with the storyline. But yeah, like to y'all mentioned, to y'all point, I loved how like did they shoot the car even though he told him not to shoot the car?
I thought that too. That was a different car. So
Okay.
he told them he was going to be in the back car. So there was 3 cars. There was 2 SUVs and a truck. They shot up the car that was in the front.
Okay.
I thought the same thing. I actually had to wind it back because I was like, I thought he told them not to shoot the SUV and they did it anyway.
Yeah.
But no, it was a different SUV.
Because I was thinking like they said, fuck what his plan is. We just gonna take
I did
the drugs.
too.
Yeah.
I thought they tried to kill him last minute. And I was like, that's fucked up. But no,
That's a good catch. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good catch.
We then see a meeting happen at the Falcone's house to discuss what went wrong with the drop transaction. And this is the first time we get to see Falcone's brother, Lucia. Ken, were you surprised that Sophia and her uncle didn't really see eye to eye when it comes to the family business?
Sort of. Yeah. I didn't quite anticipate that. Especially when he was kind of just standing there looking at her. I thought she had a little bit more say so and weight in the family, but clearly she does not.
Nah.
And I'm wondering if she might. You know how it is, bro. When you have that one crazy one in the family, you just you know they there. You acknowledge them, but you can't take anything that she's doing seriously. And it's also like a lot of men too. So there's that whole thing, which I think is more of an issue that she has to deal with than anything else, because her brother was the one that took over. And I don't know who was born first, but that's typically how some of these things go. And when she walked in, it was the VD and the other guy. So they've been having a lot of conversations without her, but I still thought that once Alberto was dead, that they would at least listen to some of the things that she has to say, but no, sir.
Mike, what did you think of Uncle Lucia?
I think it's Luca.
I thought
Luca,
it was
whatever.
too.
Yeah, my bad.
I like him. I mean, I think his head's on straight. He's I like how he's calm even when he does some fucked up shit that we'll get to later, but I like him. And it does make complete sense that he would not be listening to her like that because she's crazy. And he knows that she is grieving her brother, and that's really all she cares about. And he knows that. Like when she says some shit about, oh, that's all you guys care about is this, we were disrespected. Then she immediately goes to her brother. So he knows he can't really listen to her like that because she's not thinking logically. Even if she wasn't crazy, she probably wouldn't be thinking logically. So I like their conflict, and I kind of want to see where that goes.
Yeah, I like the conflict too, but it's not surprising that, in this mob situation, they're not letting any women into the club, whether it's the daughter or whatever. It's usually the guys. It's like a real misogynistic arena with this whole thing. So yeah.
Yeah, I was it was what Penguin said earlier when he was speaking to Maroney. He was like, yeah, Luca is coming through, but he a pussy ass motherfucker. So I was when I seen him in this episode, I was trying to be like, all right, what is he like? Was he just saying that just to talk shit, or was he really like a weak-minded, replacement for Falcone? But it didn't come off like it didn't come off this episode. Like I at least not to me.
No, I think he's actually probably is a scarier guy than the brother to me. Like that's how he came off to me. Like I don't think he's just some pushover dude, obviously, but yeah, and we see that later too. Kind of cold blooded,
Mike, do you think it was too quick for Penguin to try to get it on Sophia's good side when like literally just the previous episode she tried to kill him?
I think Penguin's making a lot of mistakes right now. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's the fact that she's crazy is why it doesn't really seem like it's a great idea for him to be trying to like buddy with her like that. So I kind of wonder if this is going to bite him in the end. Because I mean, obviously, someone's going to have to die, or multiple people, by the end of the series. But the way he's, trying to get her to like team up with him, I was like, man, I don't know, because it's going to take one thing where you piss her off, and then she goes and tells them who you are. Or I don't know, man. I don't know, but I think it's definitely too early, and I don't think that it's a smart idea to team up with her. But he probably thinks he can manipulate her. But I don't know if he can. I don't think he can. I don't think he's smarter than her.
She tried to call him out on that, right? In that conversation, she was like, "What I don't owe you nothing," and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, and he said, "Oh, I owe you," but that shows that he still thinks he can manipulate her. But I don't think he can. I think she's a fucking wild card. She's guaranteed she's either going to kill Vic or she's going to kill his mom. It's going to be one of the two before this series is over. He's going to piss her off, and she's going to fucking kill one of them. She's not to be fucked with, man. I'll fuck with her. I like her.
I got a feeling. Well, no, I don't know. I got a feeling like that she's playing him just as much as she's trying to play her. And I don't think. They're trying to make it seem like she doesn't have an inkling that it's him that killed her brother, but I think that's still in the back of her mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think she's she's gonna get what she need out of him. Gonna use him and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And then like still have him as a murder suspect in the back of her mind.
Ken, do you feel like Penguin's making a lot of mistakes so far?
Oh yeah, he is, and it's one of the reasons why I'm interested in this whole story, because he don't know what the fuck he's doing, and but I do like him trying to go after the weakest point he sees, and that's her. So and leverage the one thing he thinks he has an advantage over her, against her, and that's the death of her brother, and now the way she's treated in the family. So, but yeah. The mistakes is what makes this show great.
Yeah, and I think he's just overall eager. I mean, we see that too with his mom. He's eager to get, that position or whatever. So that's why he's making a lot of mistakes, in my opinion. He's just not thinking straight.
Yeah. After her conversation with Penguin, we see Sophia get driven around Gotham. And in the car, we hear on the radio details of not only the crime rate, which I haven't heard that kind of percentage rise. That seemed like an impossible percentage rise.
That's like Detroit and Detroit and
it's combined a few cities. Yeah, it's like combined a few cities crime rate. But yeah, since the seawalls came down from the movie, crime has gone up crazy high. But they also make a point to mention that because of that, Arkham has been letting people loose as well, especially Sophia. They call her out specifically. What did y'all take away from that as far as like, we're kind of peeling more layers back? Because I think this is where we find out, we hear that she killed 7 women, which caused her to be placed in Arkham, which is like, okay, that's something interesting.
Yeah, I like it because they're clearly building out this whole world that they want to do. Definitely looks like it's a slight version or a version of what Marvel is doing with these series and centered around these movies, orbiting around these movies. I think it's dope. So to kind of give us some insight into everything that's going on with crime, and we already know a Batman 2 is coming. He has to address all of that as well. And then just something as subtle as a connection that we'll hear later is just a name drop, which is dope. So they're connecting all the dots and really showing us that this whole city, Gotham, is already messed up. But now that this whole situation has happened from the movie, this whole city is in dire straits. But Gotham has never been clean, and now it's even worse. So he has to try to get it back to whatever sense of normalcy that Gotham is known for. So I think it's dope that they're doing that and they're building this whole world out.
Mike, what did you think about what they heard on the radio?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting because I'm really wondering why she killed 7 women. Because before this, I don't know why, I just automatically assumed she was taking out mob bosses or something or whatever. But now I really want to know what she was up to. Why did you? Who are these 7 women that you just randomly decided to kill? Or not random, but who are they? But one thing we didn't mention, since you were just talking about the whole Gotham thing and the aftermath of the first movie, I thought it was dope that they used a FEMA truck. We didn't bring that part up, but I thought that was really dope that they used a FEMA truck to do that, because it would make sense that FEMA would be there considering the entire fucking city was flooded. So so that was dope. Yeah, I liked also that the driver tried to turn the radio off. She was like, nah, let that shit ride out. Like, she wants to see what they're saying about her.
That would make me terrified as a driver. Like, goddamn, like I gotta hear this shit now too. That could have been his first day.
It's first and last day.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Any thoughts, Rod? Are you good?
I was just gonna bring up that last point that Mike said about her not wanting to turn off the radio. I thought that was an interesting note that they put in there.
Yeah, because we end up finding out where she's getting driven to, which is a random ass bar to meet up with some junkie cop to find information on who might be the rat in her circle. Ken, was this the point where you were talking about the name drop as far as the bartender?
Yeah, mentioning the Riddler. I was like, oh shit, that's kind of dope that they did that. But yeah, he messed up, bro, all the way.
If you go into the bartender for some drops, bro,
you should call him a drop head.
I think so. I mean, you're a cop in a bar. That also, I mean, we already know Gotham is corrupt, but just something like that little small detail that they had where this guy is getting drugs, at a bar, as what a detective or whatever he was. Like, you can't trust this guy, but you can buy him. Which is exactly what they did.
Yeah,
but he was apparently a top detective though.
And he leveraged that shit. Even when she had to ask, he was like, "Yeah, I don't even know about that." He turned around.
Yeah, treats for him.
Hey man, he sure did. Scooby snacks.
Like, no disrespect. You know what I'm saying?
Mike, did you think that this cop would come through after seeing him immediately take the drops as soon as she gave it to him?
Not in the way that he did. Not where he was like, he went and found the guy and doped him up on morphine. I would think that he wouldn't want to waste the morphine because I don't know what these drops are, but they must be good as fuck. But he gave me like, old school Bubs vibes, where it's just like, I'm a crackhead. I'm trying to dance a little jig for you so I can get more crack. I thought he was going to fuck something up. I assumed that he was going to go and get the wrong person, or he was going to bring back some faulty information. But the fact that he actually came through, I was like, oh, he's like a functioning crackhead. Good for him.
Yeah, I was the same way. I thought I don't know what to expect. I was like, but he ain't gonna do his job. He just seemed like he's too off the wagon. Even if he does have some good credibility of his work in the past, it just seemed like he was just too far gone. So later on, seeing all that I was like, damn, this motherfucker probably the best cop in town if he doing shit like this. We then see, but after that, we then see Penguin and Vic set up a little kickback at Penguin's spot. Where I guess they're just trying to hang out and chill. What's up, Mike?
But wait, so I meant to go back and rewatch it, but I haven't had time. Was that the same guy from earlier? The guy that came and opened the van door that got shot? Was that the same dude?
Yes.
I thought so. Okay.
That the cop was looking for, right?
The guy. Okay, so at the beginning when when Penguin went to that meeting or whatever, and he meets that guy. His name was like Edgard or Edvard or some weird shit.
Yeah.
And then that's the same guy that opened up the van door and got shot, right?
I know his name started with an E. That's the one the cop went and got. Is that
Right.
what you're
I thought
asking
that
about?
when he opened I thought when he opened the van door, when Penguin opened the van door, I thought he said no, and he said the same guy's name. And then that guy got shot. So I thought that maybe that was how the cop was so easily able to go get him because he was shot and left behind. I'm pretty sure
I think that is because that's how he found him because that's why he was in the hospital.
That's why he was in the hospital now, right? Okay.
Yeah, because he was the only one that survived.
So he's not really that great of a cop then. Like if we really think about it, he just happened to like, oh, one of the guys got shot and is at the hospital. I'm gonna go fucking get him out. He didn't like find him. You know?
I was more impressed with the timing of it. Like she went to him the night before, and he came back. It seemed like that next day, that afternoon, it was like, all right, well, shit, we paid him off, and he came back quick. So
I was still impressed that he did anything right. But
exactly. Yeah. But yeah, as we move on, we see that Penguin and Vic are setting up a kickback at his spot. But he goes into the story about how he got into the mob life, working at one of the places, I think before the Iceberg Lounge. Rob, what did you think about his story about becoming a driver for Pinchy?
I mean, it sounded like a Penguin story, and then I guess it just kind of lends to like why he has an affinity for Vic. Just kind of see the potential in him and things like that. Just trying to get him the opportunity. So yeah, I thought it was fun because he said he offered him the job on Friday. He took and he got it on Monday, something like that.
He had to learn how to drive over the weekend.
Right.
You think his foot was always fucked up? You think it was hard for him to learn how to drive with that foot? Because he probably looked like it's a little heavy.
It's his right foot. That's the foot you drive with. So yeah, that probably was difficult.
He probably was fucking shit up, bro.
That's why he crashed into the river.
Right.
Put that pedal to the metal.
Right.
Metal to the pedal.
Yeah, well, that's hilarious.
Mike, what did you get from that story? Oh, go ahead, my bad.
No, I was just saying it'll be quick. I said if Vic was listening, he would have heard the opportunity a little bit because he was like the guy who was working for it got taken out. You know, so
yeah, but he got taken out by like
he was a fed, like he was a snitch, right, or something like that.
Yeah,
yeah. But go ahead, Mike.
Well, I wouldn't say anything.
Oh, no, I was asking, what did you think about that story? Because I had some thoughts on it.
I liked it. I don't know if so. Another thing I've been wondering this whole time, even since I saw the movie, is what the hell happened to his face. I assumed that was a wreck because he said he was at work on Monday, so I imagined that he didn't get his face all fucked up like that. From
right.
But yeah, I mean, it was definitely a Penguin story. Because again, he's so quick thinking. You know, he taught himself how to drive for the most part in a day so he could get this job. Now, another thing is, I don't know how much of a liar / embellisher Penguin.
Yep.
So I don't know if he was bullshitting or if that story was even true because we see later that he lies very easily.
Yes.
You know, when he's talking to Sophia later. So, you know, at first I was like, damn, man, I'm impressed by the Penguin. Then I'm like, wait a minute, he's probably lying. That shit didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I took it as he's always killing his boss. Because when Vic asked him, he was like, what happened to Pinchy? He was like, he got caught up in the Fed. Falcone wanted him taken out, so he got popped. And I'm thinking, who else would be? And then he said Falcone saw something in me afterwards. I'm like, okay, of course, because you're the one that killed him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's just like, and then you killed Alberto. Now you didn't kill the main guy, Carmine Falcone, but it just seems like he's a dangerous opportunist, right?
Didn't he try to? Didn't he pull a gun on him in the movie?
I gotta go back. I gotta go back in the movie because I feel like he did do something in the movie.
I think I thought he killed him.
Penguin. No,
did Penguin kill him? I can't remember who killed him.
Didn't he get sniped? Didn't he get shot while he was walking?
Oh yeah, I think so.
But I'm almost positive there was a scene where Penguin pulled a gun and acted like he was going to shoot him. Like I said, I'm about to go back and rewatch it because I can't remember. But anyway,
Act like he was gonna shoot who?
Falcone.
Hmm.
The
What, in the
original
movie?
Falcone. John
The,
Turturro Falcone.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I
Gotcha.
think the Riddler killed him. Killed Falcone.
Probably.
But
Yeah,
I see what y'all saying. Was it? Did he almost have an opportunity to shoot him? I think I remember something like that too.
Mhm.
Like nobody would have known that he would have shot him, like type of thing. Like,
I can't remember.
yeah, I can't remember, but yeah, let us know, Mike.
yeah, I just took it as like Penguin's always a snake in some
Mhm.
ways, and I was wondering if Vic would catch on, like, don't get too close to him, or like, you know what I'm saying, like, don't trust him as much as he's trying to be inviting and welcoming to you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's seeing firsthand how he does people. So
Yeah.
Well, this scene did make me not like Vic though. I'm like, bro,
because he can't talk to the ladies.
bro, he can't talk to nobody really, but yeah, no, he could not. And I was just like, dude,
They didn't have to do. She had to cut him off, Rose.
yes, she did because
she
he
like,
asked.
Poe baby. She gave it was like when them Poe baby moments came. She was like, oh, we can move on. We can move on. Like, what? Tell me how was your day? How was your day?
Why would
today?
you say that? Like, what the fuck? Oh, so you're a cam girl. And she was like, bitch, yeah, I just met you. What the fuck? Like, no, I'm a dominatrix, motherfucker.
Right.
What's wrong
Actually.
with you? Yes.
But they didn't have to do Vic like that, bro.
Yes, they did.
Making him stutter like that. I mean, he was.
The stutter was better this time because at least it makes sense.
It did make more sense this time. It wasn't as forced. Like I didn't feel like it was as forced. It still wasn't great, but it felt like I'm with Mike. It felt a little different this time. It was a lot more endearing this time because he even had like the mannerisms with like frustration with it after he would do it. So I like that. I was like, okay, cool. So he needs if he keeps at it, I he'll get me. But right now I'm still just kind of on him.
That shit was fucked up, man.
He probably got some that night. You know,
No, he
you
didn't.
Nah. We didn't see him talking to her anymore after she cut him off.
Period. At that party, they ain't no way. Let me put it in your no. She was probably like, "Bro, you taking too long. Fuck this. I got to go." But no, the stutter did make more sense because it's like he does it when he gets really, really, really nervous.
Yeah,
so or
excited. Yeah.
Or excited, yeah. Mm-hmm. But like in the first episode, it just came off weird and it didn't really fit. And it seemed like I don't know, maybe it was just me or us. Maybe it was just like because we didn't expect him to have a stutter. But
no,
I like it now.
No.
It makes sense now.
Right.
Felt so bad for him.
What did y'all think?
Sign language, motherfucker.
Nah, I don't feel bad for him. He said some stupid shit and he paid for it.
What did y'all think about the conversation Penguin had with Eve in the bedroom?
I need to understand what's going on here.
So do I.
You said how you got hurt?
Why? And I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I mean, because there are people that look like this. But I mean, why is she with him, guys?
Because of the money.
He ain't got like that kind of money though. He gave her
she was just like, this too much. She was like, this too much. You ain't gotta give me all of this.
I think he got money, Mike.
Oh, that's right. He did pay her. That's right.
Yeah.
But she acts like she cares about him.
Yes.
Though, because she came in the room and she was like, you killed Antonio. And then she kissed him on the lips and shit. For y'all that, that's not, when it's a transactional relationship, that you don't do that. So I was just
I feel you.
It just seems weird to me.
It does seem weird. Ain't no way around it. It does seem weird, but I can get it. It's people play that game all the time. Like, I mean, in real life with old ass dudes and if the money right.
Look at that man.
I mean, some of them men be decrepit, but the old ass man be like, yo, what? Who was it? Anna Nicole?
Yeah, she was with that really old guy. Yeah.
Or even like Hugh Hef back in the day with the Playboy stuff.
No,
But
he was a good-looking guy for an old white
he was
dude.
still suave. Yeah, he
Yeah.
kept himself up. Nah, he was straight. He
Yeah.
was yeah. Now I'm talking about like the Anna Nicole billionaire
Yeah.
dude. Like, yeah, man, like that's I could see it. And then like she's a worker girl too on top of that. So you know
But it
they
seems
have to
like
kind
he
of.
likes him though, not like
Right.
this.
I
That's
feel
what
what you're saying. I feel what you're saying, but you know, I am curious to see how they make us believe that.
That's what I'm saying. And they ain't making me believe it yet. There ain't no fucking way. Because ain't no way he got the dick. So it's like, what is happening here?
What?
And if
Ain't
he
no
does,
way.
and if it's done, it's like his belly floated over it or something.
Right. Right.
Hey.
But remember we said last episode, or I said that I did read something about he had a prosthetic dick. So maybe at
Oh,
some
really?
point he's gonna whip it out where I'm like, oh, that's why. Got it.
Mm.
All right. Oh, you don't act like you don't understand, Ken. Get out of here.
I'm saying that's how you gonna put 2 and 2 together. Like that's the only way.
Yes, I'm gonna put 2 and 2 together and make 4 and say yes, he has a big penis, and that's why she's with him. You can pause all you want. I'm making fucking sense here.
No, there's
Or he
no
might got
pause. I
good
just
dome.
don't
He
know
might
if they're
got
gonna.
good dome.
I don't know if they're gonna whip that out though.
They said in
That's
the
what
article that I read that
I know. I believe that, but them whipping it out in the show, they had a chance to show it when he was naked, when Sophia stripped him down.
no, they're gonna bring it out. You're gonna be like, God damn.
Is
Holy
is
crap,
that,
cable man.
is that why he limping?
He's gonna be like, womp, blam.
He got a.
Wow.
Like this whole time, we thought there was a foot problem. He got a third leg. That's what's going
That's
on.
why he's limping. That's why he always left when he walked.
He's trying to lug around a whole nother leg.
Right.
Oh, funny, man. Nah, but when she kissed him on the mouth, I was like, oh, they care about each other.
Right.
Because like even when she was talking to him, like his reaction, like he reacted to her in a vulnerability like he does with his mom in a little bit.
Right.
Like when she told him, like, look, nigga, I know you killed this dude, and now you put that alibi on me and my girls, that's gonna fuck us my shit up. He was like, look, don't even worry about it. I got you. The same shit he be talking to his mom. Like, look, don't worry about it. I got you. You're gonna be fine. Like, I am curious, like Mike said, to see how that relationship developed, but it seemed like she bought into his lifestyle, you know, and everything.
But she
he
might have
is.
done something for him too. Like he might have done something for her, like maybe killed somebody for her, or, I don't know. It's you know what I mean? Something else that's making that connection deeper. But like I said, they're slowly pulling back layers. Like that's a layer in itself, right? Like how the hell is she with this dude? So yeah.
That makes sense because how often do you see, if we're being honest, how often do you see a woman boss like that? Because she seems like she's like the head. What do you call it?
Yeah.
Not like a pimp, but like a head. Do they call them mistress?
I know she the
Madam?
bottom
Is it
bitch.
a
Bottom
the
bitch
madam?
or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Madam. Yeah.
So maybe you're onto something. Maybe he killed like.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, if we're
Or
talking
saved
about
her.
it would seem like it would be very hard to believe that there would be a female boss like that in Gotham. So that would actually be an interesting angle if he killed the old pimp.
Yeah.
Well,
That would explain why she likes him like that. Because
Right.
Who cares about me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, women don't care about looks when it comes down to it.
I mean, there's a limit though, Nick. Like, God,
Hey, like, to your point, Mike, if he got money and if he packing, that's all. And he treat her right. That's all that she need, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just keep your socks on. That's it. Hey, Mike, I have nightmares about that foot still. What do you?
That motherfucker's toe was crazy.
Bro, that was the most terrifying thing on the show, bro.
For real.
It looked like I ain't been that terrified since that dude from Total Recall when he opened up and he had that Chucky on his stomach.
Yep,
that's exactly what it looked like. The next day we see Penguin and Vic head back to his mother's house to check in on her after a concerned landlord called them. Rod, you mentioned in the last episode, I think you really like his relationship with his mom. What did you take away from this conversation that they had together, just seeing her in this type of scene?
I think she's still like a Geppetto's type of person in this situation. Like, Like I don't know if she really has dementia like that. I think she's just it's kind of like an act, in my opinion. But yeah, but yeah, I think the same thing. Like she's really kind of the same way he manipulates people. She kind of does the same thing with him, and that's why he does it to other people. Because I think she's always kind of did that to him, not like manipulating in a bad way per se, but just so she can get some sort of gain out of the situation. So I thought that was interesting to still see her playing that because she'll say little stuff like, "I'm tired of being here," this thing that this, then the third, and that's another reason why I feel like he's just eager and he's making mistakes because he's trying to do stuff for his mom.
Yeah, what did you take away from that, Kim?
Well, I mean, we knew it. His mom was already kind of crazy because she's on pills and stuff, so she wasn't taking the medicine. But she may be could become a potential liability for him later down the line if she don't stay on her meds. So this could be an issue because that I don't know what the hell happened in that house, but that guy that he paid off, he was looking at her like, this motherfucker got some issue.
And she kept doing like this too. Like I don't know if y'all saw her kept doing her hand like this and shit.
Yeah, it was like twitchy and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She might have gave him a hand job or something. That landlord, I'm with Ken. That landlord looked kind of like, I don't want to do anything with this shit. Get me the fuck out of this house. I never thought about it being an act though. I don't know. That would be interesting if she was pretending just to manipulate Penguin to keep at this. I don't know if I would like that more than her really just having dementia and him just wanting to take care of her. I don't know which one I would like more. I think I might not like it if she's pretending. That just might be like, this is manipulation overload. There's too many people manipulating each other. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm with you on that, Mike.
But I also agree with Ken that she is going to be a liability. I could definitely see her. I didn't think about it until Ken said it. I could easily see her fucking up and telling somebody some shit that gets Penguin in trouble. But she's gonna die. I have all my money. She's gonna die before the end of this series. Somebody's gonna kill her ass.
Yeah. For me, the main thing I took away from this scene is like, I do believe she does have dementia. I think she does have that, but you could tell by how she raised him that she was a really harsh and critical parent, because even though she has dementia, the shit she be telling him be like, damn, like you gonna really tell that to him? Did she say something like, if my son is a nobody, what does that make me? I'm like, God, like,
damn,
shit.
She said that?
Yeah. That's the main thing I took away from it, because she was like, I feel like she keeps going in and out of like her own sense of consciousness, but it feels like the weight that he puts on himself to be like a boss, or to be an overachiever however he can, comes from her, because she was just like, I need you to be something, because that's gonna not only make me happy but justify me even dealing with you and raising you and having you as a son. Like, it just seems like he's always trying to fight for her love in a way, even while she's sick.
I'm sorry, Nick.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, to your point, it probably also has something to do with what happened to the other two kids.
Yes.
That's yet another little thing that they've dropped on us. I don't think I realized until now, or until this episode, that they were dead. I don't know if they said it in the last episode and I just missed it, but depending on what happened to those other kids, it could also be why she's so hard on him.
Yeah, because I didn't realize they were dead either, because I thought the landlord was one of his brothers.
Wouldn't that be like Brown?
I couldn't tell until we see them talking to Penguin up close. I was like, oh, they go one of his brothers. They both built alike, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, and Penguin's so ugly, he could be Brown, and we just don't know because his face is all fucked up.
Yeah, and I was impressed that he knew Spanish. Like he knows Spanish. Like he's a very resourceful kind of person.
Penguin does.
He was at least listening to, like, he understood it, because when dude was just speaking Spanish, he responded in English, but he understood everything he was saying.
But isn't he like Italian, and that's kind of close?
Italian. Yeah, I guess Italian and Spanish is kind of close, but I don't think it's close enough to where you could have like a full or like understand full sentences and shit.
Because
I
he
know
wasn't
certain
saying
words
it.
are the
He just could.
same.
Right. He wasn't saying it. I noticed, but he was understanding when the other guy was speaking in Spanish.
Mhm.
So
And is
yeah, I
he
noticed
actually
that too.
Italian? I don't know because like we don't
I
really
thought he
know.
was.
I don't know.
He's.
I don't know.
I thought he was. I thought he was. I mean, yeah, I thought he was.
I guess I usually just automatically assume if you're in the mob, you're Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on the mob.
It's not a race, so it's not race.
It's going off the last name. Oh, because like his last name is, and this is it's not even Cobblepot.
Cobblepot.
Well, it's not even Cobblepot like how it is. It's just Cobb. It's Oswald Cobb.
Oh,
So
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah,
The Falcons are Italian though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Falcone
yeah.
is definitely an
Mhm.
Falcone. That's definitely an Italian name. And so is the guy Maroni.
Yeah,
Maroni,
Maroni.
yeah.
With an I at the end. That's automatically Italian.
So quickly he has to
Oh
leave his
yeah,
mom.
I just read it. So the iteration of the Penguin's appearance was likely inspired by Penguin from the Batman Arkham games, specifically his Arkham Origins appearance and his Arkham City appearance. Unlike other iterations where the Penguin is either English or Hungarian, this version is of Italian descent.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
He quickly has to leave his mom's place because it's the same day as Alberto Falcone's funeral. So we see him pull up to that.
Bro,
Mike,
that
what did you?
scene was so good. I'm sorry.
No, go. We're gonna get right to it. Like, what did you think about the funeral service in general, but the conversation Penguin had with Sophia after the service?
Even before we get to that part, Nick, when he was crossing the street, I don't know why, but I was like, that's such a funny fucking detail for them to put in when he's crossing the street, the car, and he doesn't know whether to go or not, and he's just like, go.
Yeah.
And the car goes. I don't know why that shit
It's good.
me up. It's fucking good. It's like y'all wrote that, or was that just
Right.
like improv? Like that was so
Right.
good. But nah, the whole funeral scene, bro. This shit made me like Sophia even more. I fuck with her all the way. When she walked in and they were just like, oh my gosh, she's out. No, she's fucking crazy. And she just takes a handful of pasta. That's what I would do. Fuck y'all. Why y'all talking shit? If you know I kill people, why are y'all over here talking shit? But no, I love that whole scene. Yeah, no, that shit was good because I think right before this we find out that the one dude that he hates is fucking Luca's wife.
Vidi, yeah.
Vidi.
Yeah, and he was about to hand him the folder
To Luca, I think.
to Luca. And man, this shit is just like there's so many weird details. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, no, this is a good scene.
I liked how. Oh, are you done?
No. Go ahead, Ken.
Okay.
I remember.
I liked how easy he lied, bro, because he clearly got there late, and
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I was. What did nigga say? I was in the back.
I was in the back.
I was in the back.
We've all used that one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was in the back. But yeah, I love the conversation, and that's when kind of going back to what you were saying earlier, Mike, and whether or not we believe his little origin story that he told Vic, the way he lied, he damn near convinced me. I thought his mom was dead. The way that shit rolled out, bro.
You are not. Well, I paused it for a second. I was like, wait a minute. That is that his mom? Maybe it's not his mom. But no,
Man.
that was good.
Yeah, no, he was definitely good in that scene. I thought that was dope. Very well done. And they do a really good job with those little small things, like crossing the street. There were some other moments they had where it was like it felt very real and not movie. I can't think of them, but I've noticed that they're really good at that in this show so far.
But you know what? To that point of him lying to her about his mom being dead, I never thought about the fact that he's probably hiding his mother just in case he fucks up and somebody wants to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
That just shows that, like, yeah, it is a good plan A, but he's letting too many people know the truth. You have a landlord that knows she's alive. Obviously, Vic knows she's alive. So that's gonna get him fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I found it interesting that he would even tell a story like that about his mom, because it's like it just puts it like, because Sophia's like that smart crazy.
Mhm.
Well, she'll remember some random ass meticulous detail to justify whatever she's about to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mhm.
like the fact that he like, and of course he's been lying to her since day one. But it was, I was like, how is he gonna end the story? Because is he gonna end the story without even mentioning if she's alive or dead? But he mentioned she's dead, so she can kind of put that to bed. Like, all right, he doesn't have a family.
I don't
But
think
Mike,
he meant to. Like, I think he fucked up. I think he started telling the story, and then when she asked, like, "Oh, well, what's up with your mom now?" and he's like, "Oh, she's dead." But I think that just shows again how quick on his feet he is. Like, he's a quick thinker. But
Mhm.
I don't think he planned that shit all the way out when he first started telling that story.
Yeah, I think he was actually just trying to connect, like trying to build
Mhm.
like some rapport with her. But Mike, to
Yep.
your point, like even in the first episode, when he after he killed Alberto, he was ready to dip. So he went to his mama's crib first. He's like, "Look, we gotta get the fuck up out of here."
Yep.
So clearly, that's been always been a contingency plan for him. Is like, whatever happens, if shit hit the fan, I gotta get my mom and we gotta get up out of here.
Mhm.
You have any thoughts on the funeral scene, Rod?
Trying to think what y'all haven't said, because he's talking about that. Yeah, nah. Y'all said it all.
So later on, we see the cop does come through in a big way for abducting Irvad. I think that's what his name is.
Something.
As we mentioned earlier, one of Maroney's henchmen. But we quickly see that we go on to another scene where Penguin gets called up right after the funeral service to meet with Maroney's wife, Nadia. Rob, what did you think about the scene between Penguin and Nadia when she's like, "What the fuck went like?" The whole drop thing went to shit.
Hmm.
And then we see once again Penguin, bro. Is his life gonna be threatened every episode?
Yeah. I'm sorry. It was one thing about the funeral.
Go ahead.
Did y'all mention the little girl
Cousin.
sit part? The cousin?
Yeah, no, I was waiting to get to my turn, and I was gonna.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that,
with Sophia and her cousin. Yeah.
That part
yeah,
was
because
crazy.
that was crazy because she was trying to protect her little girl. I'm like, wait a minute, like, what's that about? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So again, that's something else that is like, okay, what the hell is going on with that?
Mhm.
So I thought that was interesting about the funeral.
But did you notice that what she said at the end? She said, "Because little girls in this family, they don't." She said like they don't last long or something
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that. Yeah. Mhm.
So was she like the show probably wouldn't go this dark, but was she like abused or some shit?
I don't know.
Because
Yeah.
why is she? Because that made it sound like she's not going to be a little girl for long. Like someone's going to fuck with her.
Right.
Well, first of all, Mike, this is Gotham, so shit, it could go dark as hell. But my thing was, I was looking at it more so because she was killing women
Mhm.
and little girl, like, you know what I'm saying? That could have been like, that's technically in her wheelhouse of a victim, but I wouldn't think she would. I felt bad for Sophie in that moment because it was like, it felt like it was a genuine, like a genuine offering from a cousin, a family friend, or someone who's related to you. And then when she grabbed her daughter, it was like, "Oh yeah, you really don't fuck with me. You was just saying all that shit just to be nice. You don't give a fuck about hanging out, none of that shit." And just felt like she's really alone, so she ain't got nobody.
Right.
Which was a good way to kind of connect it to what Mike was talking about earlier when she was walking through and you could hear the whispers and stuff like that. And her eating the food, which is probably kind of because she was eating the food like that when she was talking to Penguin, but she went extra with it, which I thought was funny.
Oh yeah, she was.
But she went over the top with
But wait, she might just eat like that. That might just be the way she eats.
It might be.
I was thinking back. Remember that show we did, Swarm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like she would always eat crazy after like killing or like whatever. Like it was like a nervous tick or something like that. It reminded me of that because like from episode 1 till now, it's like they keep showing her scenes where like she's just like she don't know how to eat like in front of people.
I wonder if that's a serial killer thing. I'm gonna have to look that up. Maybe serial killers just notoriously have bad table manners.
But yeah, I mean, I think to what you were saying, Nick, is like you hear all of that, you see that people really like look at her. She's an outcast of the family. So here's that one cousin that's talking to you, and it seemed really sincere until she tries to talk to the daughter, and then she kind of pulls her close and tries to protect her. So, you know, I think that was really dope how they did that, because she was like, "Damn, it really is just me."
Mm.
Yeah. So I thought
Wow.
that was interesting. I knew it was something else. What's up? You looked it up?
No, I thought Ken was making a Kendrick reference.
Oh,
Oh, nah.
I thought, I mean, because it would have been slick. I thought that's what he was doing, but he didn't really laugh afterwards.
right.
Never mind.
All right. No, but regarding the wife or whatever, no, I thought this was a good scene. Again, just showing Penguin, like I said, really quick to get himself out of a situation. Because you talking about when they were about to like cut him, right? When they was about to stab him. So yeah, nah. Man, what did she say in that moment? She said some gangster shit in that moment. I can't remember though.
When she was walking
Yeah.
out, what did she say?
She said that like you better get our man back before the Falcons get to him.
Because he's gonna bring up you.
Yeah,
He's not gonna sell us out. He's gonna sell you out before he sells
he'll
us
have a
out.
lot of information to say about you. Yeah, some shit
About
like
you. He's not gonna say shit about us. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, Mike. Again, like I was saying, I forgot that he was trying to give that envelope to Luca, and then the fact that Luca brushed him off, he was like, "Man, fuck that nigga." Then, and he still kept it. And he was like, "Look, like you said, Ken, he lies so effortlessly. It's like it felt like that was his plan along, like to give it to Nadia, because clearly that was the only thing that was going to keep him alive." And he was like, "Here, look, I got this information for you," and it kind of gives her. It gives her more reason to be like, okay, we can continue on to use him, because I think she was fed up with that motherfucker at that point. She was like, look, take this nigga out, and we can figure things out from here. But the fact that he gave her that information, it was just like, okay, saved his ass. But he probably wanted
something that's right. It's something as simple as saying, "I got more where that came from." Because once she has the information, she don't need him anymore. But you know, again, kind of hedging a little bit and
making herself valuable.
Like, yeah, it's like, all right, shit, I got more where that came from.
Right. So, that's what she called him in the prison, a submissive dog. She called him a submissive dog. Yeah.
Yep. Did you have any thoughts, Mike? I thought you were about to say something.
No, Ken just answered, because I was about to say I didn't really understand what the big deal about him giving her that folder, because I was like, well, okay, like why would she care? Like this guy's fucking this dude's wife, who cares? I didn't think about the aspect of, oh no, he has other information and she knows that he could probably just keep coming back with more shit. So that makes sense.
So to save his own life, Penguin comes up with another plan for Vic to execute to pin Alberto's murder on Johnny Vitti, but it doesn't go smoothly at all.
Jesus Christ.
He rides to your point. Bro, at this point, did you think he was a complete idiot?
Man, I'm like, what are you doing?
In broad daylight at a gangster's funeral or a repast, whatever it is.
But he had to do it there, though. Those were the instructions.
Yeah, but I mean, but he ain't got no stealth to it. He just gonna open up the door and just be the black man in the car.
He didn't even like look around and make sure there was nobody watching. He just went right in the car.
Right.
It just shows that again, he's just not good at this.
Yeah.
Nah, he's used to stealing rims, not this this
At
type
night.
of stuff. Yeah.
Right. So it just again makes me wonder, like, why does he keep putting him up for stuff like this? Like, why are you trusting him to handle such an important job? Like,
well, this is the only thing he's fucked up. Because remember, like y'all said, he came through last episode.
Yeah, but it still almost messed the Penguin up, though. It's still like he still had to kind of think. Yeah.
He's definitely learning on the job, and he got it. He was all. Why was he running like that?
I hollered.
Boy, he was.
I hollered. I was like, is it in fast forward? Why is he running like Forrest Gump? He was gone.
They stopped chasing him. They stopped chasing him.
Like, this nigga too fast. This nigga the Flash. This nigga the Flash. You know that Flash nigga they talk about? That's him.
Hey.
Oh god! Hey, stop! I didn't see those other guys the rest of the episode.
Bruh, all they did was that slow jog, and they just stopped. And it was just like,
Like the stereotypes are true.
That's the only black dude they know. They're like, oh shit, they really can run like that.
That's gonna be the plot twist. That nigga the Flash, bro.
I didn't think y'all would have noticed that shit, but I was crying.
No, we absolutely noticed it. That motherfucker, he was gone, man. I was like, damn, they are not catching him. It ain't gonna be no chase sequence. I knew no chase sequence wasn't coming after that.
Nah. Oh man, that was funny.
He got a out of there.
Hey kid, I was getting weak too when Vic called Penguin behind the tree talking about
what do I do? Tell me what to do.
He's like, nigga, what? It's like,
oh shit.
He said, yeah, I still got the jewels. Like, you still got the jewels. Like,
Man,
You still got the jewel.
oh,
it was whole thing up talking about, the alarm went off. Bitch, what? You would have heard it. What are you talking about?
Right.
Oh my god, he's so bad.
But this goes into Penguin's improvising, because at this point we see that Penguin I love how he's always right place, right time too. He overheard Sophia or one of the henchmen talking on the phone about them having Maroney as henchmen, and he even went to Johnny Vitti and spilled the beans so they can kind of, because they knew that they were going to question him. So to interrupt that, he went to Johnny Vitti and said, damn, how come y'all ain't tell me that y'all captured them? Y'all hide them in the basement. And they didn't even know that. So they went to go downstairs and they fucked up her hope. Sophie was playing. So I love that. So as he's down there while everybody's dealing with other stuff, luckily Vic called him at that point. And then his improvisation kicked in. What did y'all think about that whole scene and how that played out?
I didn't know how he was gonna pull this shit off. I really did. I didn't know how he was gonna get out of there, because he, as you guys mentioned, he has a way of moving with a sense of urgency with that leg. Because Colin, bro, he killing that walk. I ain't gonna lie, he is killing that walk, bro. But I was like, what is the plan? Like, what are you going to do now that your initial plan didn't work and the jewels are not in the car? And how the hell is killing him going to solve your problem? So he pulled it off, because I was like, I got to see how he do this shit, because I'm lost right now, because he in trouble. But a dead man can't talk, right?
Well, at first he was trying to get him to say somebody else's name, right?
Vidi's.
Right, but he couldn't. It wouldn't work because the jewels weren't in the car.
The jewels weren't in the car, so that plan fell through. So yeah, I mean, it was a decent plan. I don't know how, but the guy was so drugged up. I don't know if he would have got the story right. I don't know, but anyway,
he would have said the name, because he recited the name. Remember,
he recited the name back there. Yeah. But I'm with you, Ken. Like, I like how they doing this show. Like, they do make it seem like, how is he going to get out of this, or how is he going to pull this off? So that's what I think they're really successful with on this show. So I like the intensity of, like, okay, is he going to make it out of there on time before somebody see him? Is he going to be able to, you know what I'm saying? All of that type of stuff. Like, they build that up, and I think they do a really good job with that.
And they put them in situations, and they've been doing this since last episode too. They put them in situations where there's not that many options for you to be creative. So what are you going to do? Because you have to choose one or the other, like either kill him or, obviously let him snitch on you. So I like how, because of that, we as an audience are figuring it out as we go along too. It's not like one of those shows where it's like an obvious solution and it's an obvious thing where they kind of like foreshadow it. It's like in the moment present. That's so dope about this show.
Right.
It did seem weird that he stabbed him, though, didn't it? I thought he was gonna just like put his hand over his face and just suffocate him or something. The stabbing was a bit much.
It hit with the mob shit. Yeah.
Well, I guess it's not as. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Rob.
No, I was gonna say it had to be quick, but that don't make sense because like smothering him would have been just as quick as stabbing him, probably.
Yeah, it seemed like why
Yeah,
risking blood all over yourself?
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I didn't understand that either.
Unless he thought about it beforehand, like let me stab him, get the knife so I can plant it
Mm-mm.
elsewhere. And that's
Oh,
you know what I'm saying
oh,
because that's what he
oh.
Yep.
which makes more sense because if he just would have smothered him, then it would have still have been like who was involved. It
Who
must be.
did this? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nope, that makes complete sense, Nick. Yep.
I was just
Mhm.
more surprised like he got the blood off his his because I thought it got on his suit or something like that. So he was able to wipe all that stuff off, except for the knife.
Mm-hmm.
But after obviously killing the henchman to save his own ass, we see that the Falcons find the dead body right before they're about to question him. And they shut the whole house down. They locked everything down. They just try to find out who the rat is. Ken, what were your thoughts on how all that played out? Just like how that that lockdown scene played out.
Um, I like the end results. I mean, once he assembled everybody in the room, you've been watching TV and shows for a while. You kind of knew, the whole switch was coming. Um, I didn't know who it was. I thought he actually put it in Vidi. So when it was actually in Castillo, I was like, oh shit, like because I was saying I was like, damn man, they taking him because that actor I know that actor he was in something that we reviewed, so he's in a lot of stuff. So he's a known actor. So I was surprised they were what it looked like they were taking him out that soon. So when it was the guy from Power, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. He ain't really nobody yet. So, but nah, they had me at first. I definitely thought it was John and Viti. So when it was the other guy, I was like, oh, damn, that's kind of slick. And I like how Luca made the call. But once again, Sophia was like, yo, give it to me. And nobody listened to her at all. So I thought that was interesting too.
What did you think about it, Mike?
I wound that shit back because I was like, how did he do that? Because yeah, I thought it was going to be VD2, and I'm still not all the way sure why it wasn't VD. I know he doesn't really fuck with Castillo like that, but it feels like he hates VD.
Yes. Yeah.
So I wasn't quite sure why he didn't use that opportunity to go ahead and frame him. I guess they'll explain later, maybe.
No, I think they said it. Didn't Sophia say it because he was there and was one of the survivors? So he would be more believable as an inside man. Because I was
Yeah,
wondering the same too until I think she said that.
yeah, I guess. Yeah. I guess that makes sense. Either way, it was a crazy ass scene because when he pulled out and put it up his sleeve, I was like, well, they're gonna check your sleeve. So
Yeah, me too. I was
what's the
with you.
point of that?
Mhm.
But I did not think about how he was gonna slide it into somebody else's pocket. That was dope. And if you watch it back, because I wound it back, I was like, man, how did he do that? They planned it out. Like you can see his hand behind Castillo. Now that we know that's what he did, you can see his hand there. So that shit's crazy.
Yeah, I was this is where I was like what Penguin was saying earlier to Maroney about Luca. I was like, he shot the dude quick. He ain't even ask no questions and none of that. Like he's been playing everything else, strategically, or like at least just being calculated enough to like, all right, if this is what it is, and we got to take him out and move on.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if maybe he was just talking shit to Maroney when he was talking about Luca, but I fuck with him. But yeah, so Rod, was Sophia right to be upset with Uncle Luca after he killed the rat instead of her? Because we see like right after that, she has a conversation, one-on-one conversation with him. And this is where he kind of tells her, like, well, shit, you probably need to go away.
I mean, yeah. I mean, everybody's from the start seeing that she's been wanting that revenge, that payback from somebody killing her brother, and he like stole that moment away from her. So yeah, I thought it was messed up. You know what I'm saying? We see stuff like that in other movies where somebody that wants that revenge, they hand them the pistol, like yo, get it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do that with her, so yeah, it pissed her off, and rightfully so. It pissed her off. I mean, y'all see her going crazy about her brother the way she's won. He literally said, like, I see you're dealing with it, and you didn't give her that satisfaction to kill somebody that not only's been like by her side that whole time, and that potentially kill her brother. Like, yeah, she had all the right to be mad about that.
Mike, do you think this was the moment she was like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna do my own thing?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think this was the moment where she was like, all right, I'm done. Y'all not listening to me. Y'all robbed me of the one thing you knew I wanted, and now you're trying to send me to fucking Italy. Nah,
Right.
fuck you. But at the same time, I kind of see why Luca didn't give her the gun, because who knows what she would have done. She might have shot everybody in the whole fucking room.
That is true.
Including Luca. So he was like, don't get this motherfucker no damn gun.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Did you see the way she ate that pasta? Do not give her.
Hell no. Kid, what did you think?
Yeah, it was the final straw when it happened, and I did laugh when he was like, "Yeah, I think it's time for you to take a trip," and send her off. And then when she walked out, and the other two men walked in, and they just closed the door on her.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that Penguin set up in the beginning of the episode, it just fell right into his hands.
It felt like the Godfather scene when they closed the door on her. I don't know why the way they shot it. It just felt like that scene from Godfather where I think it was when Michael tells his wife, like, don't ever ask about the family business and shit like that. I don't know why that just stood out.
I can see that.
But we then go to just two more scenes, but we see that Penguin and Vic are now doing henchman work and have to go out to the woods to bury the two dead bodies from the house. Ken, did this scene make you look at Penguin and Vic's relationship differently than how it was in episode 1? Especially after he kicked that nigga
with his good foot.
I know like, Vic looked at it different.
Vic flew back quick. He was like, don't put that boot on me.
Yeah. Vic is interesting because he fucked up the whole shit. And I think the thing I was looking at it was, I was like, this fool actually really did lay down. like, bro, he is about to kill you. Laying down and not laying down really don't make a difference the way I was looking at it. This fool really lay his ass down with those two damn dead bodies after digging up the whole damn grave. But I love this scene. I thought Colin was, he was.
This is a good performance
bro.
from him.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Like, he was hot about everything. And it really, I felt like he really wanted to kill him, but also he kind of really wants to mentor him in a way. But he's like, bro, you got to really get your shit together. Like, this is life to death out here. You have to think on your toes. And you have all of yours, all your shit work. So you should be able to think a lot better than I think. So yeah, I love this scene, bro. I love this speech. That shit was dope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's definitely grooming them. Like, yeah, that's all this is. He's just grooming them, like, just almost making them seem like he's gonna kill him, but not really going to. Yeah.
I thought he was gonna do it. I really did. I know we found Nick for thinking everybody Major's gonna die every episode, but I was Nick. I was like, yo, they're really about to kill him. I'm glad they didn't. I mean, even though he does get on my nerves, I think he adds something to the show with how badly he's constantly fucking up. But that was a good, really intense scene, because I was like, damn, not my boy Vic already.
And then another thing about Vic that we didn't bring up was he had got like a message from somebody.
At the kickback. Yeah, at the kickback.
Yeah.
So what is that about? Is that
again, I think it's
like, was that somebody from his regular life? Or
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what it seemed like. I don't know. That's what that like. So we still building on his character.
Well, they keep bringing up where he's from, because the woman asked him, like, where you from, Crown Heights?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Crown Heights. And she's like, damn, a lot of people got fucked up there. And he didn't really want to answer her. Like, I don't know if that message was from her.
He couldn't answer her. He wanted to answer.
It was just taking too damn long.
we gonna get the answer in episode 3. That's what you
Right.
said. But
That was the answer, Nick.
it felt like, granted, it could be just him stuttering, but like it felt like he was thinking about somebody while she was saying that, like either a family member or somebody he's taking care of. Because clearly he was still in rims for a reason. Maybe it was just for his own well-being, but it seemed like he seemed like he's kind-hearted enough to where I'm doing this for someone else, not just me. Just similar like Penguin. I think Penguin sees a lot of himself a little bit in Vic when it comes to like someone who's been counted out or is an outcast, who has to just kind of do everything he has to do to make it. But I took it as like also like that hierarchy of yelling, because all episode we've been seeing people continuously give Penguin shit, and Vic is the only person that Penguin can give shit to. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he was letting all his frustrations out of that episode in him in that scene.
That's a good point.
Because he was just like,
point. Yeah, because he can't go off on nobody except Vic. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, he's running an operation. He has an operation that he's running.
No, you know what? Somebody, I wish I had got their name, because I like to shout out the actual halfway decent Redditors. And this person made a perfect point, because I was confused about that shit last episode. But that person was like, well, those aren't really his henchmen.
That's right. They're
kind of like a shift manager, which was a great point. I didn't even think about that. And that made everything make sense. So he doesn't really have his own people.
Yeah, no one that he can even trust in remotely, because everybody will go switch on him. Yeah,
exactly. Sorry, Redditor, I forgot your name, but that was a great point you made.
Yeah. And then as he's dealing with the burying the bodies, Penguin gets a call from Sophia to meet up. I guess what is it, like it's not a funeral home, but it's like one of those like
a mausoleum or some shit.
Yeah, something like that. Whereas all the Falcone family members who passed away, we see her there, just looking at her brother's casket, or at least where he's buried. And Penguin shows up, and she just gives him the honest truth about what she wants to do, how she doesn't feel respected, and she needs his help. Ken, what did you think about how we ended off this episode with that conversation?
It made sense. Yeah, it made sense. Everything came into play. We'll see how fucked up it's gonna get, because his plans don't work. But I liked it. I think, and they didn't wait too long. There was 2 episodes, bam, we into it, and now we got 6 episodes left to figure out how this whole thing is gonna go. So, yeah, I thought it was dope, because I really want to know like how fucked up she is, because that's what I want to see. 7 people, or however many she killed.
That look she gave, where she was kind of smiling, she was like, this should be fun. Like I was like, oh, we in for a ride with this motherfucker, because she about to do some crazy shit. What did you think of that scene, Mike?
I loved it, because she couldn't trust him before, but now I think she actually does believe that it was Castillo. And so now she's like, all right, well, we know who killed my brother now, but I still didn't get my revenge, and these men keep disrespecting me. So I'm going to take you up on your offer, Penguin. So yeah, I love it. A normal show, I would think that this was moving a bit quick for some reason, but for some reason with this show, it seems like the pacing is perfect. It's like we're only 2 episodes in. We've already established who Penguin is. We kind of established how crazy Sophia is. I mean, I think they're doing such a good job with developing characters very fucking quickly.
What you said.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Mike, even what you said, but we start off this episode saying like they still left a lot on the table.
Yes.
Yep. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, even with all of that shit, we don't know. They've still done such a good job with establishing these people. The writing on this is fucking great.
What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. No, I'm saying, I agree. The writing is great. Like I said, y'all pretty much mentioned it. Like just you did, Nick, saying like, how, she looked evil, but like still like vulnerable at the same time. Like it's really weird. Like she's really found this really good balance with this crazy character. Like, so yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I'm curious to see how the Penguin plays this. I thought it was also interesting that Vivi called him the Penguin, but everybody else called him Oz. I don't know if y'all picked up on that.
Yeah.
Because it's an insult. Because I remember that from the movie. He don't like to call him Penguin. He calls him Penguin.
So that's why he want to kill his ass.
Yeah, he called him Penguin in front of all of those people. So he was probably like,
right.
Yeah.
Right. But that was one thing I meant to mention earlier. But no, man, yeah. This should be cool. Should be cool to see how all of this plays out. Because she's basically shit. Like who is she in this moment, right? I mean, she's going after her friend. Like, what's the goal here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is there a goal? Like, I don't know what her goal is right here.
Well, I figured based off what with her brother being gone now, and it's like again, she got passed over. If she was a boy, if she was a man, it would have went to her and not the uncle. So I feel like it's twofold. Like she got passed over, and no one cares about her brother, and it's kind of like her birthright. So she's like, "Fuck it, if y'all not gonna let me in, I'm gonna take what y'all got." And the way she said, "I want to bring them down to their knees," it was like, "Oh, she don't give a fuck about none of them." So and then going back to episode 1, the fact that her brother was the only one to go visit her every week, like that is like, and then the fact that they don't care nothing about him is like, you don't even care about family. The shit that y'all talk about, y'all don't even stand on the shit that y'all say y'all do. That's why going back to that point where she was like, all y'all care about is money. Like y'all talking about money when they disrespected the fucking family. I thought that was important. So,
and you see that there was only one more grave left on that mausoleum thing that they were in, right?
I didn't notice that.
There's 3 full and there's 1 left. So she's like, she's really the only other like real heir to this family, the way she's looking at it. So she's like, this is my spot. Why am I letting these men disrespect me like that when I'm the real Falcone? So yeah, I'm with it. I like her. I fuck with her.
And the Redditor was IC_possibility 9631.
There you go. Great point, Icy.
All right. Any other thoughts on this episode? Y'all don't watch the upcoming next stuff. Like y'all cut it off right after that, right?
I do.
Oh, I didn't know there was. I cut it off because I got other shit to do.
Yeah, because these episodes, like you mentioned, like they give us a lot because these some long ass episodes. These like almost Game of Thrones like length of time. So we do get a lot of here, but also like you mentioned, they pace it well because we still got a lot to get to. So I'm excited about this series. Every episode so far has pushed the story further along for me to be interested in. So
yep.
And it's last thing I got, it's killing it too, man. Like in terms of views. 10.4 million in the first 11 days.
Yeah, I knew this was gonna be popular.
Yep.
What's so Agatha doing?
I don't know the numbers on that one.
Yeah, Agatha ain't fucking with Penguin, y'all. This gonna turn me into a DC man. All right.
But they've always said the DC shows are good though. I've heard that
I need to go back and watch them. I haven't watched most of them.
It's just the movies that they have a hard time with, but I've always heard good things about them.
I found it. 9.3 mil.
So what's up there?
And what was Penguin again?
10.4.
That's not that bad off.
Yeah.
I'm just telling y'all, Marvel's going to get their bag. Marvel their bag.
Penguin is smoking Agatha. I'm just gonna say that.
It's a better show. Yeah, it's a better show.
Way better show. Anyway.
All right. Well, those are our thoughts on this week's episode of Penguin. Please let us know what you guys think. FPS Podcast is the Reddit thread. That's also our handle for IG and Twitter, or X, whatever they're calling it these days. We'll catch you on next week's episode. We out. Peace.
The Frames Per Second podcast.